Hello, Bella Beauties and Bella Bows, and welcome back to my channel, Bella Black TV. I'm Bella Black, and we have another great dater. We have Shawn. Let's welcome to the stage, Shawn. And hello to
Hello.
you.
Hello.
All right, and can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good deal. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to start with the introduction. If you don't mind stating your age and your location.
38, located in Philadelphia.
All righty. All right. So, Shawn, what is your occupation and for how long?
I'm a trans operator for about 12 years now.
All right. So, what are some of your hobbies?
Stream, which I just got finished doing. You know, I like basketball. I like sports. I like any active activities like running, gym. Anything that's active, pretty much bike riding, skating, anything that's active. I'm into art, not much as I used to. I used to draw and do paintings and stuff like that, but not too much like I used to when I was younger. But those things and just anything new, anything that's a new experience, pretty much.
All right. Okay. So, have you ever been married? And if so, what is your current marital status? Whether you ever
Uh,
married, divorced, estranged, and separated or widowed?
no, I never been married. No, never experienced it. Um, Single, pretty much. Yeah.
All righty. And do you have children? And if so, how many? And what are their ages? And do you desire to have more children?
Yes, I have a daughter and a son. My daughter will be 15 in 2 months, and my son is 12. And do I desire to have more children? I'm not interested in having more, but you never know what God leads you to. But I don't personally have interest in having more kids.
All righty. And is it okay if your future partner have children? And does it matter how many they have or their ages?
Um, I don't really matter. I mean, how many? I mean, as long as you're not, coming in with like 6 or 7. But yeah, it don't really matter if you have children with me, no, or the ages. It don't really bother me.
So they can have
Hopefully,
five.
if somebody around my age, they're older. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. As long as it's not like 10 or 8, 7 or anything like that, it doesn't matter to me.
All right. So, what is one negative trait about yourself that you took from your last relationship that you're currently working on or will work on? And why do you think it's a negative trait?
One of my negative traits, I'll say, being more emotional with my partner, being more open to that, and trying to be the bigger man and be the man, which I feel like I am. But being more emotionally available is something that I learned from my last relationship. That I knew I had it in me, but I can definitely, I have improved on that. Just never been able to see it because I haven't been in a relationship since then.
Okay. So, how do you feel like you've improved on that?
Just learning from myself, get constructive criticism from others, friends, myself being self-aware, um, knowing my pros and cons, seeing how the relationship ended on things I probably could have done better. I feel like that's one of the things that, although I wasn't, as bad, but it was something I'll say is probably was one of my weak points that I can improve on.
Okay. How do you handle or deal with conflict?
Conflict, I won't say I'm passive. Sometimes probably passive aggressive because I'm not really into like arguing. I think most times I'm not the aggressor in it, so I feel like one of them has to be the more easygoing one. I feel like when it's that way, at least once the aggressor can hear you out, they'll be able to receive you better. So I try to listen more and then react to what I'm getting, and give my response due to how the conflict is coming to me. but always try to be respectful and listen and be more laid back in my approach when I'm in those type of situations.
Okay. All right. You have good Wi-Fi, but you are in the dark. Are you able to move to the light?
Yeah, I can put some light on for sure, for sure. I'm
No.
my stream set up. Hold on 1 second. Light on.
All right, some light. All right. Okay, good deal. All right. So, is religion or spirituality important to you? And if so, what do you believe in or practice? And is it important to you that your mate believe in or practice those same beliefs?
Can you give me that question one more time, please?
Sure. Is religion or spirituality important to you? And if so, what do you believe in and or practice? And is it important to you that your mate practice or follow those same beliefs?
Um, important. I mean, I feel like most people believe in God, so I think that comes by default. So I don't really feel like I ever had any issues with religion. I'm not. I'm. Um. I don't go to church, but I do believe in higher Lord and God. So that plays a part. But I feel like everything happens for a reason due to the Almighty. Spiritual, yeah, I'm very big on that because I feel like my last relationship it wasn't like a spiritual connection. So I look more so for that than the religious aspect because I feel like most people believe in God and they believe everything happens for a reason as far as God's plan and bringing y'all two together and things like that. It's just all if y'all compatible on a spiritual level and y'all connect in that type of aspect. So that is something that I, in the spiritual aspect, that is something that I, hold a lot of value in.
All right. Do you believe in therapy and why or why not?
Yeah, I do. I actually did therapy twice. I tried it in my last relationship, and I had like self therapy, because I had depression in the past. So, you know, it's definitely helpful to a certain extent.
And it's good you got that help. So you believe in therapy both individually and in a relationship.
Yes, yes, yes. If need be, it's not like has to be done. But if you get to that point, it's definitely an avenue you can try before just taking things to the extreme.
Do you believe in gender roles? And if so, what do you believe is the man's role? I'm sorry, the man's role in a long term relationship or marriage, and what is the woman's role in a long term relationship or marriage?
Um, I don't think it's as I don't think it need to be as emphasized as it was like back in the day. But I still feel like there are some elements where there can be some gender roles. Like I know a lot of people don't like the 50-50 thing. I'm like a mix between that, but I do feel like as the man, like if I'm getting to know you, I'm going to show you that I'm the man. I'm going to treat you, to dinner at first meeting. Sometimes I'll do it a couple times just to show that it's nothing. But I also would like to see if my partner or partner to be or any love interest can show that as well. Because if we both can do that, then I think that will make a great connection later on down the line where it's no problem on either parties. But if you just letting the man just take the role of just treating every time, to me that kind of give me a little sound like okay. And women, yeah, just like the opposite. I don't need her to be cooking and cleaning and all that, but it's no problem. Once in a while, you want to cook or whatnot, or you want to clean or something like that. And I think the men need to cook and clean as well. I think it goes both ways. It's just that some of the ways that was, some of the old aspects of the past, I think still apply now. Like, yeah, the man show chivalry and open doors and treat and things like that. If you want to throw a gift in there occasionally, but I also feel like it can be both ways, just in the aspect of the women aspect of doing the same as well.
All right. So, what aesthetics or physical features are attracted to you? An example, like the hair, the type, the length, the style, body type, whether that's slim, thick, curvy, thick, BBW, whether that's the height, skin tone, facial features. What aesthetics or physical features do you um, find attractive?
Ooh, this is a tough one. This is hard. I mean, I've dated women of all sizes. Now I will say like I do like the number one thing is like height for me. If you're, I love tall women, so that's like the first thing that will attract me before anything. Because if you're tall, I'm automatically gonna. You can be a tall trash can or whatever. Just type that I'm gonna look like. All right, it's tall. Like what is it? um, Body types. I mean, yeah, I like a thick. You know, you can be a little heavy side or whatnot. I do like them petite as well. You know, I probably say my ideal probably tall. Um, be slim thick. Uh, Bonus if she active too. That's like a big bonus because I'm active. So I like walks, like jogging. If she active, that's like a super bonus for me because you know sometimes I'll be losing myself and I gotta get myself back together. Like now, I gained some pounds and I want to get it back down to where I used to be at. So if she active, that's like a super bonus for me because that attracts me as well. If somebody like that, they're aware of their self and willing to improve themselves. Not say you got to be on because I slack too. I said I didn't gain weight, but if you active, that's definitely a bonus for me. It's not a mandatory thing, but it's a bonus for sure. But I like all sizes, but ideal probably definitely height for sure. Short ladies, love y'all, but you know, I, you know, I like them tall though, for sure.
Okay. So just going back to the active part, there's not a certain amount of days that they have to be active or in the gym or anything like that, just as long as they live an active lifestyle.
It's not mandatory, but if you somebody like to go out for walks, I ain't saying you gotta be running like with me or anything like that. But if you just like being active, period, it can be just like a walk or something like that. Because I move, so what I mean. If you move too, we can move to the same beat. That's how I look at it. It's just I try to live a healthier lifestyle, and as I get older, I want to live a more healthier lifestyle. So if somebody is into that too, it's just a perk because that's more things that we can do together.
All right. Yeah. I believe my purpose in life is to what? What is your purpose in life? What do you feel your purpose in life is
Our purpose in life,
to?
continue being a great father, improving myself as a father, improving myself as a human being. Still got a lot of flaws I'm working on. Killed a lot of them, but when you kill something else pop up that you probably don't like about yourself. Um, you know, uh, Probably get a relationship back with my brother again. I feel like that's something, I feel like I improved on. We had a little fallout. And yeah, just being a better human, taking my career a little bit more serious. I am, but take it more serious because, I'm getting up in age and, I don't want to be at an age where I got to start looking for a new career. So things like that. And yeah, I think that's about it.
And I'm glad you touched on that because I meant to ask when I asked the question about your occupation, is that something that you enjoy doing, and is that something that you desire to do long term? So I guess in your response, you just stated that I assume that is something that you enjoy doing because you've been doing it for a while, and you
Yeah.
said that you would like to continue to do it.
Yeah. It's to me, driving is therapeutic for me. So, obviously everybody want to be their own boss, but I get good perks at my job. So it's not, um, I have like side endeavors that I want to get back into, like, clothing and, my gaming business that I had at one point, as far as other endeavors that was bringing me revenue. But my main job, yeah, I love what I do for a living. I won't change it. But everybody want to be their own boss at the end of the day. So it's just all about finding that niche that you can dive into and explore that option.
Okay. What are your what is one unique thing about yourself that most people don't know?
That's a good question. One unique thing about myself most people don't know. Oh, that I'm a gamer. That I'm a gamer and I'm a father. That's two things that I always get that I don't look like a nerd that they'll say. I don't still don't see the nerd aspect of it, but and I used to get that I don't look like I have kids. I never understood that one at all because I don't know what a person that looks like that has kids look like. So I can understand the gaming part, but I never understood like I don't look like I have kids part. But then what does a person with kids look like? I don't know.
All right. So, what are your relationship status goals, whether that's marriage, long term relationship, companionship only, and why now?
Give me that question one more time. I'm sorry.
No, no problem. What are your relationship status goals? They can either be marriage, long term relationship, companionship only. And the second part to that is why now?
This is a real tricky question for me, man. It's tricky. In the past, I did have some good ones, but I just wasn't ready to settle down. You know, there was some hurt that I had to get over before, and it came with a change in my life about like 10 years ago. And that change, I just didn't had no interest in settling down. Then you go through another phase and change, and I tried to explore it. I still had some deficiencies in some of my relationships. Some was definitely, some was on me for sure. Most was on me, uh, but there were times that some wasn't, and it didn't work out. Now I'm just looking for the one. I mean, whatever God present me with, and I feel that connection, I'll know it once I feel it for sure. But I haven't felt it yet. I almost felt it with my last relationship, but you know, I definitely slipped up. She slipped up too. But as the man, I'll take more blame in that. As a man, on why it didn't work.
Um, so I think we got to what is the goal? What's the relationship goal?
Oh, the relationship goal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want a relationship. I mean, I'm looking to be married one day.
Marriage.
But I don't put that pressure on me. It's if it happens naturally, organic, I'm here for it. If it don't, I'm setting my life up to be pretty good either way it happens. But obviously, everybody want to be with somebody. Everybody, feel alone and want that other half, and things like that. So I'm definitely looking to find somebody. But if it happens, that'll be a blessing.
Right. So the desire is marriage, but if it doesn't happen, you're okay. But the desire is marriage.
Yeah, I love to get married. I wasn't too big on it, but I gained a lot of interest in it. The past few years. And after all the turmoil and whirlwind I've been in, relationships, I haven't been in that many, but just just messing around, and I got tired of all that, and I'm at a point now where one is enough.
Okay. All right. Good deal. So, what are your love languages that you would like for your partner to provide to you, and what does that look like? And list it in the order of importance. Are you familiar with what the love languages are?
Give it to me because I always mess this question up. I'm not even gonna lie.
All
I
right,
always
so
mess
this
this
is
question up.
our love languages, and we just go with the first one. We just say quality time. Quality time is where the person enjoys and makes priority to spend that quality time with you in your presence. There is words of affirmation where they are affirming you, like for those good things that you do, or just for being the individual that you are. A third one would be receiving gifts, and it can be something small. It doesn't have to be anything major. It can be them being at the store and picking up your favorite cold drink or picking up your favorite bag of chips or candy. Another one is physical touch, and that's just providing affection to you. It doesn't have to be in a sexual manner or nature. It can just be those subtle or gentle touches. And the last one is, did I go? I think I went through all of them. Oh no, acts of service. Acts of service is doing those things that you just automatically recognize that needs to be done, and they just automatically do it for you.
Yeah, I'll say physical touch. I am a touching person. Definitely, that's you know that's definitely one. I don't really care for gifts too much, but if they do it, it is what it is. I am a gift giver, so you know. But as far as me reciprocating it, I'm like the little things like cook me a meal or something like that. That's a big gift to me. Or you surprise me with a gift, but I'm not really big on gifts as far as me receiving it. But I feel like that'd be more like the man thing to do, but it's also a woman thing to do. And I think women can be. I know they get the stigma that they going to give you some socks or something like that, but no, I think women get very creative when they do take the time out. With that, um, more like the small things, like the acts of service. Hey, let's do something that I'm interested in. Hey, what you doing right now? You know, come to my basketball game or something like that. Those things matter to me more so, and that by default includes the quality time aspect. When a person shows interest, when a your partner shows interest in things that you like, even if she doesn't like it. You know what I mean? Those are things that gamers get stigma. If she's not as active as you, or there's a lot of things she don't like that about, or like the basic thing, not things that she just like dislike, but things she's just not interested in. And she'll show like, I'm gonna show you a little bit of interest this time because I know this is what you enjoy. I'm gonna enjoy it too. And because I know I'm gonna do that with somebody. Hey, listen, I don't watch none of the ratchet TV shows. I'm gonna watch them with you. We about to watch these shows. We about to binge watch all that. I think acts of service thing goes into a lot of the quality time aspects. So yeah, that I think that would be the highest, and then the physical touch next.
Okay. All right, good deal. What does the term emotional intelligence mean to you? And do you provide this in a relationship? And if so, how? Are you familiar with the term emotional intelligence?
I never heard that before like that, but I'm sure it probably means something I know.
Okay, so emotional intelligence is just being aware of who you are, how you channel your emotions, and understanding what triggers those emotions. Like if a certain environment or a certain conversation would trigger a negative response, just being aware of those conversations when they come about, or those situations when they come about, and understand how to channel your energy so you won't like react in a way that you don't necessarily need to react in, and also being cognizant of other individuals, how they are in certain situations or conversations or things like that, and recognizing and being cognizant of those facial expressions, those the words that you are like, okay, that just triggered them. So just being aware the next time, okay, this is how I am going to alleviate it going to that level because I'm more aware of what their triggers are. And so, yeah, that's emotional intelligence.
Okay,
Just being
so
aware of our emotions and theirs.
okay, now I understand what it means. Give me the question.
Well, there's not necessarily, oh, the particular question, what does the term emotional intelligence mean to you? And do you provide that in a
Yeah,
relationship? And if
absolutely. Yeah, yeah. I think that like early on, this is my way of doing it. I like to push those buttons early to know what it is because I don't want to get hit with no surprises. And once because I think that's a part of understanding your partner. And once I know, then I know how to apply myself after that. Once I push buttons, and I think push my buttons too, because I think it could be rough sometimes, but I think that's still an aspect of knowing who you dealing with, knowing how to operate moving forward past that. So um, I'm definitely a talker. I'm definitely an understanding person. When we talking serious, I'm a listener, and I try to give my advice from a non-biased perspective. And if it's given back to me, I'm definitely somebody that would heed any advice given to me and try to apply that in any way that it can be applied due to the subject matter, whatever we pissed off about or things like that. I mean, I'm very positive in that, but I do like the challenge and see what I'm up against because I do like a little firmness. I don't want nobody that I can walk over, and I don't think. Hopefully, you don't think you can walk over me. I've been on both sides. I don't like it either way when they walk over me, and I didn't feel good when I was able to walk over somebody.
So, so you would invoke or so you would invoke a conflict just to see how they react.
Yeah, I want to. Yeah, I think early. It's like early on though. Let me see. You know what I mean? Let me see what grinds your gears or whatnot. I think. Yeah, it's it could be a landmine, but I feel like it's a landmine I can survive. You know what I mean? Because I want to know pressure points. You know what I mean? Because if somebody else hitting those pressure points, I'll know how to calm my woman down due to what I know when I approach it, when I dealt with it. You know what I mean? Outside, it don't necessarily got to be something me and her have going on. It could just be something like, some women think that men ain't shit. Some men think that women ain't this. All right, they're probably doing something. I feel like, all right, I know how to handle you in this certain sense. Let me talk to you on how I handle it from this perspective or something like that. I think it's all about learning one another. Sometimes it's not going to be perfect when you're learning somebody, and I think I like to get that out the way early, and then we can grow from that because I don't like getting hit with no surprises.
Okay. So, what are some obstacles that you've encountered while trying to date?
Ooh. The number one thing is the baby thing. Yes, it's been a doozy with this.
What about that?
The baby, and I'll just stick with that for now. Yeah, some women want children, and everything could be lining up good, and once they realize I don't want no children, crashes and burns. And some of them, most of them that I experienced have children that's 16, 15, and they're like 33, they're like 35. They probably have a 16-year-old and a 6-year-old, or a 18-year-old and a 9-year-old, and they want more children. And I'd be looking like, I just don't have no interest in having another child. And it don't it's the few recently it don't be getting past that.
Right, because that's an important factor. That is a major factor. And those are those conversations that have to be had up front, just to make sure that y'all are aligned and on the same page in what y'all want. So, yeah, that's
There
very
you go.
important. All right. So, what do you believe has been the biggest challenge or impact that has affected dating as we see it today? Just overall, not necessarily your own particular dating obstacles that you've encountered, but just overall dating, just overall.
Breaking up is breaking up is breaking up. I'm gonna need that question. I'm gonna need that question again. I'm sorry.
That's okay. So what do you believe has been the biggest challenge or impact that has affected dating as we see it today? Not necessarily your own experience, but just dating overall.
Hello.
Oh man, are we having technical difficulties now? Can you hear me, Sean?
I can hear you now. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, good. Okay, I think we're back together. All right.
I can hear you.
What do you believe has been the biggest challenge or impact that has affected dating as you see it today? Not necessarily your own experience or experiences, but just dating overall. What has been one of the biggest challenges you feel or impact?
I think the biggest challenge is social media. Social media. I think it's a pro and con, but I think the con outweighs the pros because I feel like in the past, and I like the old school way. I like the cold approach, face to face. Online, it makes it so easy where the options is endless, and I think that sometimes can cloud what you're looking for, and it can throw you off what you want. Because sometimes, if, especially for men, I'm speaking on the men aspect, and then you can apply this to myself too, but I'm speaking in general here.
Mm-hmm.
I think with the men and these online sites like Instagram, all the dating sites, the Tinders and all that stuff, not be looking for nothing. And then somebody approach you, and then they probably aggressive with you. We're gonna entertain it, even though we normally wouldn't entertain it. I think that right there, it makes it more difficult to find the one for you. Prior to this, when you out and about, and it could be the same way too. But I feel like more efficient when you out and about and you meet somebody, and and I think you get a lot more natural connection compared to an online connection. Hopefully, I'm not cutting out. Sorry if I am.
You did. You did. It's okay. You back normal now.
Let
Okay.
me turn my joint off. There you go. Am I still here?
Yeah, you are. The picture is good and the audio is
Okay,
good.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
All right. Okay. Good deal. So, do you believe in monogamy?
I get all these new terms. Not new. I know it's not a new term, but I be hearing so many new terms now. It be confusing me what being what. Again. Monogamy is one on one, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay, absolutely.
Okay. Mhm. All right. So, what are absolute deal breakers that you will not tolerate when choosing a partner? Those like
Deal
I am.
breaker.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even gonna lie. I'm just gonna say this by default right now, and pretty much I answered it already. And I ain't. I'm saying it's a deal breaker general from my experience. If they want more kids, it's a default now because it done deal breaker a couple relationships that I potentially could have had. So I'm just gonna say the kid thing. So if you want children, I'm sorry.
Right. Fair enough. That's your preference.
Yeah.
All right. What do you feel it takes for someone to be a great mate to you and for you to be a great mate to someone?
What does it take?
Mm-hmm.
Just be yourself. If you respectful, you carry yourself well, um, well spoken, um, respectful to yourself. You leave the secrets for the imagination, which I like. I don't like a woman that gives me everything at once. I like to work a little bit for it because it let me know it's worth it more. If you give me everything, it's just gonna let me know you give the next guy everything. I like to feel unique about something else because I know I'm gonna do for you that I know I ain't gonna do for everybody else. And you're gonna get a strong-minded guy in myself, um, straightforward, blunt, can be blunt, tell you how it is, honest, charismatic, enthusiastic. Charisma. I'm a package, but at the same time, I'm a flawed individual. So there are some flaws that I some chinks in my armor, but I think we all deal with those things. It's all if you can match it the best way, put the pieces to the puzzle the best way you can.
You know. So, what is your dating range?
Age,
Yeah, I'm sorry, dating age range.
um, I mean, I'd probably say like 28 and up. 20. I'm
Okay, so
38. I'm 38, but I think there are some mature. I met some mature women that's 28 and they got their whole thing established. Not to say that just I'm dating just people out and about and people that I know, um, friends, their friends and things like that. But yeah, no, I think the lowest I'll go is 28 as far as like somebody I'll take like seriously, regular casually dating, having fun, 22 and up for fun. But I'm past that stage right now, so pretty much 28 and up is I'll take seriously and I'll look for something serious. I don't think nobody that young can really bring much for me to be interested too long.
okay, so what is up? Like, what is the gap?
Yeah. Oof. I mean, it'd be some old women that look young, so I can't really put an age cap on it. If she look young enough, because I'm almost 40 and I don't think I look old, but there are some women that's 45 and I wouldn't be able to tell. So I only can give you the lowest I'll go. I mean, obviously you can't be 80, I think, you know. But yeah, if I had to give an age, probably 45 or something like that. I don't know, 45.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, deal. Right, so, what is your dating location preference, whether that's internationally, locally within your current state, surrounding states, or anywhere in the USA? And the second part to that question is, do you have a passport, or are you willing and able to obtain
Yes, I have a passport. I gotta renew it in 2 years.
one?
I'll be honest. I don't really like Philly women be getting me a little bit trouble, so I do venture out of state. Um, but I don't mind home. Like, yeah, if something, I don't really have. I'm just going off of just the recent experiences. I've been out of state, so in New Jersey. I had a great friend in Connecticut. I thought we was on to something, but like I said, the kid situation, you know, makes it difficult. But yeah, like I said, my previous relationship was in Jersey, and I talked to somebody out in Connecticut. I haven't really had nothing here in a while in my home city and state, but it doesn't, wherever God present me with, and I'll go off of that. So I can't dictate what He presents me.
Okay, so
Yeah.
anywhere in USA or also open to internationally?
Man, whatever God presents me, it can be from Mars. I don't care. Internationally, but no, I like to keep it in the United States because I don't be knowing what be going on. Trying to get over here in the States for free or something like that. I ain't trying to get y'all no free green cards. No, I'm joking.
All right, so with that, how do you plan if you do decide to date someone long distance? How do y'all plan to make that work? Are you going to fly there, or they're going to fly here, or
If it's somebody long distance, I do have a limit. Like if I can't drive to you, I don't think it will work, but you never know. Connections, and love does crazy things. But as far as being as realistic as I can, if I can't drive to you, then it's too long. But like I said, if I'm connecting with you, I'm gonna figure it out. Or we are gonna figure it out.
okay, just pretty much just anywhere in the USA, and y'all just go figure it out based off the connection.
I try to keep it locally, like as far as driving distance on the East Coast, but you know, like I said, you don't know what God presents you.
Okay, so when you say within driving distance, it just depends on how much you like to drive or how much you're willing to drive. So when you say driving distance, can you give like an approximate amount of hours within that driving distance?
I mean, I drove to Boston a few times. That's like 5 hours. I drove to Connecticut. That's about a few hours. Well, I'd probably say 5 hours. Yeah, it's not bad. 'Cause the most I drove was 5 hours years ago to Boston.
All right. Do you have a race preference?
Nah, no race preference, nah. I love my black woman though, but not no. I don't pick and choose that.
And how do you want eligible and intentional daters to reach out to you? It can be via your social media platforms, or they can reach out to me and I get the information over to you. All right. So, what is your IG?
Armani ARMANI_VIS. Armani Viz.
Okay, you got it. All right. So, we all right. Good deal. All right. So, well, that concludes your interview. I'm going to go ahead and drop you down, and I'll be in contact with you regarding your data profile and just to see how your journey is going. Thank you for the interview. And like
Thank
I
you
said,
for
I'll be
having
in
me.
contact.
Take care.
Right. All right. You as well.
All right.
All right, Bella Beauties and Bella Bows. That's a wrap. Another great interview on the books. And of course, as always, until next time, take care, God bless, and talk to you later. Bye bye.